Alright, I've never heard of a Pantorium before. Pantorium. I think it's like a radio station spot. I thought that I saw that on the Google Maps. Alright. And this is sold? Huh. This radio station, the museum lady said they bought the building next door. Parking's a little tough around here. I don't even know how much. 6 minutes for each nickel, 12 minutes for a dime, 30 minutes for a quarter. I don't know. 30 minutes for a quarter? Not sure how busy it gets that they get so congested, but at least they are keeping the side roads open for people willing to pay. I'm definitely not. I parked a mile away, walked over here. So this energy company is actually producing steam. Maybe it's that time of year. The ones I've seen, the last few I've seen, never made a noise and never produced any steam. Iowa subway development. Iowa has a subway? Imagine trying to spend a day in Bandshell Park and trying to put up with the noise of this. They gotta play their music a little bit louder to overcome that drone for Bandshell Park. Play their bandshell music. Turn up the volume of the bandshell music. Maybe they use it as a part of the song. Alright, there's the bandshell and the power company and the huge pipe with the steering wheel. A couple of kids playing in the playground next to this municipal light and power. They've allowed some vines to grow on the side of their walls. Look dead. And I don't know what the heck this thing is. Is that to collect all the pollution? They may be making a lot of pollution. Collecting their pollution in this huge vat. It's quite an operation. Just a block over, you can hear that drone. What's the property value around here? You must get a discount for the drone on the city taxes too. What? Wait a second. Right, I'm near this Iowa State University, and I stopped at the intersection with my walking sticks, just walking, and suddenly this car like pulls up, and I saw the back window go down, and I hear this, "Why you got the sticks?" And I look and I see this black guy, young student black guy. There's 4 people. I think it was 3 whites and then one. The black guy in the back behind the driver's seat. He yelled across his passenger on the right to me, and I was just, I don't know, I just kind of shook my head at him like, no. And then I think he called me an effing tard. Alright, this peeler is a little bit better. It's a little bit better than using just a knife. Takes about 20 minutes to skin a squash. If I could find a way to save that time. I haven't yet. I think maybe if I had a longer scraping thing, then I could reach around the corners better, because I have to revert back to the knife for some parts. Alright, in Ames. Do they rent this out? Yeah, in Ames at the U-Haul, they got 3 stories of storage for a U-Haul. Climate controlled. You can, I guess they make enough money to build this type of stuff. I'm walking from the Walmart to a Best Buy. I don't know, just out of curiosity, see what they got. I pretty much got everything I want for GoPro right now. And there's a creek that I need to I think I need to go over a bridge. I think I need to go over a bridge. I think the creek might be too wide. What is this? Sleeping bag? Looks like there's some homeless living back here. Various trash behind looks kind of, I don't know, it's like maybe there might be something useful back here. Belt, food, it all got rained on. Not sure what kind of property I'm looking at here. Table's useful. I could kind of use a table. Wow, so much trash. Next to the U-Haul, I wonder if at the U-Haul, when they toss people's stuff out, if it is just kind of tossed at the end of the road, and then people prey on that. This could be like people's stuff that they were storing that ended up over here. Old mattress. Oh my goodness, it's got some good springs. Oh my god, the vines. Yeah. Am I even recording still? Oh. Ah. Okay. So it looks like old storage. Okay. Private property sign. Well, whatever. Looks very old wood, like it's an old farmhouse. So they call it a creek for a reason. This gets dried out in Iowa. There's the bridge. They're prepared for a major flood though. It's wide and deep. Looks like pumpkin spice is sold right here somewhere. Got a homeless playground next to Vision for Less. There's a bridge there, and there's a nice trail that goes underneath, but it's completely empty. So I don't really know. It's sandy. It's a sandy bottom. People could sleep under there, but this building next to it, a little bunny, is kind of attractive too, I think, for homeless. Look like they've played around with the electric panel off. It's in the off position. I was kind of looking for the meter reader. Did people sleep in here? Looks like it's possible. They laid out their carpet and there's blankets. Somebody hung something. All kinds of gas cylinders, a refrigerator, electric panel, and vents. There's no sign on the building to tell what it was. But all around there's just a trashiness to it near this Vision place, and then next to the or yeah, the U-Haul storage. Yeah, here's more of it. I think it's all a part of this person's property. They got the no trespassing sign, but they forgot to put up the no littering sign. Wow, really? So somebody's in here? This is the no trespassing. It looks like there's an old shop, a dish, and pills. Very dangerous. I just fell a little bit. Tools. Shovel. Oh yeah, various tools and stuff. Man, yeah, I just broke a board. Someday my foot's gonna go right through a nail. What is this? Baby carriage? Really ripped up? Oh my god. Like a stand for a camera. I don't know, you'd have to find the top for it. Various other trash. Yeah, this place is falling in disrepair, but the Safe Light Auto Glass has clear visual on this area, so they might complain. When it comes to having energy, it's probably always best for the city to have an excessive amount so that nobody gets shorted on their share, especially if they can pay for it, to have that excess running off excess. How much excess is wasted every day? What a wait. What are these strange structures? I see there's 3 of these out there around the field. There's one off in the distance somewhere, and then another. They seem to have a lot of electrical support, but I mean, it goes in the ground. It could be something to do with the water. Jetco. No trespassing. Oh, here we are. They got a sign. Tampering with water supply. I've never seen it set up like this. You could walk to the top and do inspections or something. And they got 3 of these things around. One down there, maybe more. Around the field. The electrical plant and water plant or whatever are over there throwing out smoke. That's pretty much almost downtown within view. Hey, do they do this for other books too?
No, just that one right now.
Is she a local or something? Kathy O'Neill, a local?
Honestly, I don't know. I just know they put them out there, and if you want to.
That's all you know, yeah.
And that you can, I know.
This is so rare that, you just, whatever. Just,
yeah, they were going to do a.
I'm surprised that they're just giving away $17 books
for a general discussion.
Just
to, they pick it up, and then you can go on and.
It's November 3rd, right? How long have these been for free?
About a month.
So Polk City is a city for all seasons.
Man, you haven't seen you for a while. I know. I've been going. Well, I kind of figured that. Great kids' birthday parties last weekend.
Yeah, wow. Polk City is absolutely 100% one of them community type of libraries. They only expect to see community locals that live around here to visit. I'm guessing as much leisure as they're promoting, and free books like this to have a discussion on the topic. So interesting. Right, so I'm in, where am I? I just start the camera. Polk City, Iowa. And a couple days ago I super glued this strip is just peeled off to halfway, and it wouldn't have made a big difference. I let it stay dangling for a long time, but it would not have made a big difference, a big deal, if I had not noticed that they punched a hole in the door to fasten it. So there was a hole exposed, water could get in. So I didn't like that. Probably be a good idea to try to seal the top. I was thinking before I put this stuff on, because it leaks now, I wonder if I should have super glued this top on first, then put caulk on it second. So I was thinking maybe I could put caulk, some super glue to stop the leaking now, but what if the proper method would have been to super glue first and then caulk second? Alright, looks like things have changed here. Alright, for the day use, it's the wording has changed. And it's some weird stamp, US fee area. I've never seen that stamp before. Then you come over here, and they're not collecting fees, and it's with the Army Corps of Engineers. So they're not collecting money. It's because their machine is broken. What a weird setup. Then there's really nothing, there's no barrier, there's no gate shack. It's strange. Right, I'm at this marina. Let's just say I'm northwest of Des Moines, and I got all these trailers near this marina, all dedicated for boats, sitting in the grass. Big boats, I guess. It looks like custom-made trailer for a rather large boat there. But it's this huge parking, or a large parking lot with grass growing around the trailers. I want to walk over to this boat that pretty much looks abandoned over here. Get a look inside. Somebody put some graffiti. 3 deer ran for their lives as I was approaching this boat. Good sized yacht. This would be a yacht. So beat up looking. Glass smashed. I'd like to walk in there. Alright, we're in the boat. Got the furniture still in. Looks like it's kind of sturdy. Every single dial had to be smashed. the Radio Oceanus. I wonder if this, oh yeah, that freely turns. Steering on land. Oh, it leaks. The roof leaks. They had several sinks. Probably just these are the sinks. Good size, deep well sinks. So it'd be like the living room, I guess. I don't know what's in that hole. Bathroom, shower, another sink. Definitely a yacht. Imagine living on something like this. Another sink? Bathroom? Is there an upstairs? Bedroom. It'd be kind of a small bedroom. We got a TV. And then the back for the motor, I guess, that was here. The old motor. And I don't think there is an upstairs, but there's something up there. What is that? Let's saw this. It's all beat up. There seems to be a higher level. I don't see access to a higher level. Access to a lower level. Let's take another look. Yeah, I think it's just one level. Really cool looking. What a neat setup. So they just decided it was best to let this thing go to waste. It's kind of rare to come across a kind of a grave for a boat like this. But you go to the Pacific Ocean, I've come across some boat repair places where they got quite a few boats in disrepair that don't seem like there's any hope left for them. They just sit in a person's yard. All right, so more in the marina. They got this thing on a trailer, sailboat on a trailer. They might be working on trying to get boats out of the water for the winter time. All these boats lined up. You can see a big old line are all propped up. And I don't think that's because they all need to be worked on. That's a lot of them. I think it's because they just want them out of the water for the winter. Their home's on the water with a slide. It's a summer gig. A marina like this size, actually it's not that big. I've been to marinas where they've had security guards working 24/7, but that's actually big marinas. This one looks sizable. I mean, it's just outside of Des Moines, 16 miles away. I don't think they have a security guard though. I would think all these boats would want to get out of the water. All the owners of the boats would want to get their boats out of the water. There's quite a few that are already out. So something's going on. Maybe they're sharing trailers. But there's a bunch of trailers in the grassy field. Maybe they just don't feel like now is the time. They don't want to wait till the last minute when there's a huge rush. Or do they leave them in the water? I don't know. How much time do you got?
What's up?
How much does it look just ticking like you had a timer?
Oh no, it just ticks.
Oh. Alright, Resco. They got a little lightning and the R to fill in for the empty spot in the circle. You wouldn't know that by the sign that they work with storms, because on the trailer here it says storm response. It's kind of curious to see what they do exactly. Do they work with FEMA? Receiving, okay, it's just a receiving door. A storm response. So I didn't record it, but there's two young Asian ladies picking apples only 10 feet from the roadside. Off the tree, they brought a pole, and they have no shame, because that's how you get by in life. You got to put up with a little recognition in that area. And it's very, very busy. It reminds me of that one Asian that she was picking dandelion leaves on the side of the road. So 2 years ago, this is all open prairie, open grassland. And now they just got everything. It's almost, well, in the middle it's empty. But on Google Maps, this is all open grassland. The elementary school is new. There's a library I'm going to that's all new. It's marked on the map, but the picture hasn't been taken yet. But all this is within the last 2 years. They built really fast. In fact, it's going so fast, they're even advertising that they only have 20 left. Bring your own builder. So it's that fast. They're building so fast around here. Iowa Soybean Association. I just can't make out where the library is. It might be on the other side of the soybean place. All this is new. All in the past 2 years. Well, some of it may have been here, but it's really incredible if you just make the comparison. Alright, I missed a turn. This is all new. And I'm heading now straight to the library. They bring in a massive community in a short period of time, with businesses all around. The businesses on the bottom and people living up above, kind of like the old style in the early 1900s. Like my great grandpa lived right above his barber shop. So would the people actually own these businesses live above as well? I think it's kind of less likely these days. This is it. Look at this massive fountain. Well, it's not so massive, it's just they're throwing a ton of water every second in front of the library. Tons of water. And this is the library, Ankeny Kirkdale Public Library. Alright, library's down that way. You know, this whole area is really a unique appearance. It's all built up, but it's not like overcrowded with people, although there's a lot of people all around. It's not like an old shopping district. It's a new shopping district built in the last couple of years. It's just a different feel. This little guy is on the sidewalk, just sunbathing. You can see the tongue flickering. Well, a little bit. Not even fazed by me. It wants. There we go. It's acting kind of strange, isn't it? There you go. Go run. Some bicycler will run right over it because it looks like a twig. It looks like any twig on the sidewalk. There is no reason to have closed that trail. Here are some important road markers. On with life, soil and conservation, all this way into farm fields, which farmers let his hay sit for so long that it looks like he could go for another haying. You have to work around the old bales. It's a timing job. He fell behind. Alright, I keep these batteries in the bag underneath my steering wheel. And I gotta watch over I gotta keep track of 3 different types. The Max, which is long. The 8, which is a smaller battery. And then that's this for the 9 and the 10. My 7, which I keep on the flashlight, doesn't even have external battery. I got that the cheaper gray one. It's kind of a hassle though to have to try to figure out. The biggest confusion will be the size between the 8's battery and the 9. Alright, it's a Sunday. It's raining. I'm in I didn't write down the city again. It's a part of Des Moines, Iowa, in the Target parking lot. And the library's open on at 1 on Sunday, so I think maybe I'd like to do that. Got all my cameras set up. The Hero 10. Well, the 10 is for driving. The Max, which I'm charging, that's for putting on the roof when cops stop me. I got it in 360. This is for flashlights. The flashlight, in case it's never really happened where I needed to use it in an emergency. The 8 is in here as a necklace. The 9's in the door panel. Got all these, and I'm like, you know, I'm trying to decide if I want to get the remote. There's this $80 remote, and I'm like, maybe I could play with the remote. I could turn two on at the same time, possibly. Alright, so with this GoPro, I put all the options as hindsight, because it doesn't want to turn that on. What? And I don't want to miss it. It should be scheduled for 30 seconds. But I just chose all 4 of the shortcuts to be hindsight. Just simply because it turns off when I turn this thing on. So I get into the library at 1 p.m. and it's raining just as hard at 5 p.m. as it is 1. Oh man, it's wet. Oh geez. I don't have too far to run, but geez, it didn't let up at all. It's gonna flood. Alright, the guy's still in his truck, but I want to get a shot of this, how he's carrying his lumber. Whoop. Alright. All right, I think I'm close enough in town where the pollution might be affecting me, but also I do have problems with my chest getting swollen in some way. Inflammation, cancer, I don't know. But in town, I hear noise all around the highway, the international airport. I think all around there is a lot of activity, a lot of mechanical activity, throwing up a lot of car exhaust into the air. I don't really seem to smell it. It's not a strong smell, but I do feel a little, just slightly woozy. So I boiled up a lot of this knapweed. That overnight it rained so much that it got all this dirt on it, and it's hard to wipe off that dirt. It's still kind of wet. It's just knapweed and dirt out here. But I'm boiling the mud, the dirt together. I think it's kind of heavy. It should settle at the bottom. I'll see what it's like. Wow, and not Grimes, the other city. They got great shade parking in the library parking lot. Some of the best shade parking in a library parking lot I've ever seen. And it's not too packed here, but I want to keep my distance if I can, which is very easy in that open parking lot across the street. It's interesting. I don't have a mask.
I have one right there for you.
Oh, what's the history of the mask usage here? What? I gotta pay? Oh,
No, that's
okay. That is.
They just
What's the history of the mask usage? Like when COVID first hit, like in May or say March 2020, did you guys close down?
Yes.
Okay, how long were you closed down for?
We opened a couple times for a few weeks.
Couple times. Why would you open and close like repeatedly in 2020?
Various times, just based on the.
You know, what was the reason for that? Was it the threat level? Was it red?
Exactly.
Were you basing it on like the color threat? Like if it went to
our mask is based on what the CDC says.
Well, no, but did the CDC have red?
Yes, it's polka dot
It says let me look at that sign again. Let me just yeah, okay. All right, so I don't really pay close attention. CDC has a red level, an orange level, yellow, green, and right now on their website it says it's red.
Yeah. So
Okay.
That's what they're based.
So they were kind of like in 2020 they were going. Is there mask required for orange?
If you're for patrons and staff who are unvaccinated.
Okay, in 2020 though, there was no vaccination until the end of 2020, I think, right?
Their color levels, I think, are a new thing.
Oh, there maybe were no color levels last year.
Yeah.
Well, then how are you doing it when you open and close? It wasn't based on color then.
I think it was based on the positivity rates.
Positivity rates?
Mm-hmm. In the
percentage-wise, is like a percentage positive, like 30% were dying and
about how many
hospitalizations.
Yes. Hospitalizations and positive.
And they weren't able to really have an association with color at the time because it was confusing. Maybe they just weren't able to.
That's fairly new, I think.
Collate the data. Because I'd look on the website and I'd see color and it said red, I'm sure. Kind of like fire danger.
Yeah.
You'd look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're opening and closing, but it wasn't based on the color thing. You were just saying the reason was positivity, check CDC website. And then there's a negativity. You'd look at levels, positive, neutral, negative. Is that?
I don't know what all they decided on.
Well,
is there
maybe I shouldn't be like grilling you for all this information. Is there like, have you been documenting how you've been handling the
I'm
opening?
Sure they have done at City Hall.
The City Hall documents what library does?
They're over
The City Hall's a part of it.
We're part. It was for citywide.
And they have like a person who does the documentation. What's that called? Secretary. They have a records. They have a public records department. Is there a records department within the library? Do you have like somebody who does records?
No, no.
I know City Hall would do records. They have a records department of, I don't know, police stuff or electricity bills or whatever they're in charge of. Okay, so you'd say that those guys would be who you're following. The library, the director didn't make this up. She's going off of what the City Hall's doing.
Well, we have a city manager and a mayor and a council who
Okay.
direct.
All right. Yeah, and they're the ones who decided. They give you funds because this is city run, right? And they decide. The library director has no say in the mass.
It's kind of a collective. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a board. There's a library.
There's a library
board, and they get together and talk about how to decide things. But I mean, this is in the city hall. You're all attached, right? I don't have to walk outside because I've never been here. I don't have to walk outside to go to city hall, right?
If you you would have to walk in through the city hall door.
Oh, there's no interior access. Oh, then you're not really that a part of it, I guess. That's.
Well, we as a staff can get down there, but there's no
Oh,
public access.
it's a security issue. Okay. Well, all right. So 2020, you were open, closed. You don't know the date, how long, like open a couple of weeks, closed.
Yeah, I don't remember the time frame.
Okay, it'd been cool to see that documentation. I mean, did you open? And when you open, you probably required masks, right? All right. And then you closed, then you open and you closed. When was the last time you were closed, like completely? And then when was the last time you just like opened for?
I think we opened again in April.
April, okay. And maybe you were closed for a couple of months before that. Through Christmas, were you closed during Christmas? And usually you are anyway. All right. And then did you require masks after you were opened, or? Okay, so pretty much, there's never been a point in time where you didn't require masks, right? Or was there?
There was.
Oh, there was?
When
Briefly at the beginning of the summer.
people that were vaccinated.
For people that were vaccinated when cases were lower at the beginning of the summer.
Okay, all right. And then
they picked back up again, and the CDC put on their color designations.
and then the color got a little more catchy, so you attached to that usage.
Well, it
But
seemed to just,
I mean,
the CDC kind of set it up
Yeah.
as a little bit easier way for people to understand what's going on in
Okay.
the community.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can associate, if we're not colorblind, we can associate
Yeah.
with the levels there, similar to fire threats.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to ask the city hall, see if they keep a record of this, because, I mean, there's a history of this that
For sure.
it'd be interesting for people like maybe 20 years later
To
to,
look back.
yeah, to see what was this craziness all about, you know? So, all right.
It's crazy.
I have to step outside though for the hall.
Yeah, the city hall entrance is like 2 doors down.
Okay, all right, I'll go take a look.